Here we are back in quarter one on day 6 of the 4th CMAS Age Group Underwater Hockey World Championships in Hobart, Tasmania. You can see all our amazing sponsors there up on the screen. I'm Parko, and it's certainly his pleasure to be joining me in the commentary box. Nath Whelan, how are you today, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks today, Parko. Obviously always a pleasure to be here with Voice of Underwater Hockey. So here there's been some good comments being made about certain hand signals, so I'll have my eyes on the referees and I'll be supporting them today as we go through the game.
Old 40 beats per minute, old casual Nath Whelan sitting next to me here, ladies and gents. He does like a little lazy hand signal. He doesn't like to get too excited about the refereeing. He knows what he's doing, but he doesn't like to do a hand signal that's too crisp. And I must admit that the players do like a bit of a lazy signal. They don't like the refs getting too excited in the pool. Obviously because they're trying to concentrate on the game. As we see, we've got a minute and 15 seconds remaining before this game kicks off. We're looking at the French under-23 women versus Colombia. You can see the team list there. Coach Felipe Diaz and Coach Maximilian Haberstrav. I think you pronounced it there, Nath.
Oh, look, I'm not going to try and pronounce some of these names. There's some long names there. So should be an interesting game to see. It's the under-23 female match, and both teams have been doing pretty well so far this comp. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it might be a bit of a one-on-one sort of goal system that's going on.
I think we've got some stats over the right-hand side there. Where are these two teams on the seedings at the moment, Nath?
Yeah, mate, I'm just having a look here. Ooh, way away from the mic. Yeah, right. So here we have Colombia. They're up in 3rd spot, and while France is down in 7th spot. Looking at the goals for Colombia's got 25 goals. France got 18 goals. It's more the goals against. It's the big difference. Goals against Colombia is 8, and goals against France is 13. So, this sort of competition is anyone's game. And if they've put their best teams in, then we'll see what they've got to do in the next 30 minutes of underwater hockey.
Very true, mate. As you see, the last couple of seconds roll down, and the both teams spring off the wall there. Very energetically, no surprise, and hit that puck. The French ladies winning that strike and immediately flicking it forward into the Colombian structure. Funny old thing, when you do that, it does tend to give the possession to the other team. You can see the Colombian girls immediately coming out to this near side wall and working some good movements off the wall, back around the other side now on a good swum switch where she straightens up and dangerously comes back into the centre channel there, Nathan.
Yeah, look, I mean, you've got to be careful. If you're going to pull it back into the centre there, the French have gone, we'll shut that down, and have really locked in. It looks like a nice crisp hand signal there, and have to see which way of the screen that indicates to us. Which way does that indicate to us?
Yeah, I think that's going to be...
it's Colombia's...
against France and for Colombia. Yeah, so... A little bit of a reprieve. The French ladies doing a good counter-attack off a Colombian attempted switch. You can see the girls just sort of turning around, giving it back to the support behind them, and the play is going over to the far side, but it's going back into that rear defensive corner or thereabouts for Colombia. You can see the players all streaming across and meeting each other on that far side. So a pretty close contest. No surprises here in the first couple of minutes of this game here, Nath.
Yeah, well, it's kind of what you're going to expect. I mean, we're getting, towards the end of all the round robin now. So at the end of today, we get our final standings. So France will have a chance here to try and improve their final standing, move up 1 or 2, and get a chance to get into some of the finals, as we've got a gloving called against Colombia, and the French will line up for an advantage puck, probably on their 5-metre line. So as the French take the free puck here, they've not really gone forward all that quickly there. They've kind of put their whole team behind the puck, so it's interesting style there the French are using as the Colombians bring it over to the safety of the wall.
You can see here the French ladies really trying to establish some attacking dominance on the Colombian defence, driving it all the way back into the attacking corner and then along the back wall. Not an uncommon thing to see from the French ladies as the buzzer goes. And joining us here in the commentary box, a little bit of a treat, a little bit of a Colombian sweet, un bon ama samiente. How are you today, mate?
Hello, Sue. Hola, Colombia. Toda la audiencia colombiana. Estamos aquí viendo un excelente partido. La selección francesa ha tenido altibajos, se le ha visto muy fuerte en algunos partidos, cayó ante Argentina, pero creo que que en este partido se les ve bastante motivados. Vamos a ver qué propone Colombia. De momento ha intentado hacer unas aperturas buscando el centro, como lo ha funcionado en otros partidos. Ahora sale bastante en velocidad, le pitan una falta al parecer a favor de Colombia, Stuart.
Well, I couldn't agree more with you there, Amar. As you can see, a infringed puck against the French for Colombia here. Still in the Colombian defensive half as this very tight contest continues. We've seen the first 3 minutes of this first half tick by as the Colombians try and press an advantage down this near side wall. You can see just how much toing and froing is going on, where as the French just establish a little bit again of attacking momentum and push that puck down this near side wall pretty much all the way into the corner. You can see it there on this view that we've got now. Colombia doing a good job of containing any kind of French drives off the wall at the moment, but it's going to be interesting to see how effective this sort of wall game is that the French ladies are doing at the moment there, Nath.
Yeah. I mean, if they can't get it across to that centre court and in front of the tray as Colombia comes streaking out from their goal tray there. So, here we go. There is an infringement against the French here. And it looks like the referee really wants to tell number 2 something. And number 2 from France has been removed from the pool for obstruction. As Colombia sort of got a good break there. So number 2 obstructing, slowing down the Colombians from moving forward. So they got off to a good start there, but shut down by the French.
Yeah, so number 2 for the French, Melina Maupin, I believe, is going to spend a minute in the bin for obstruction. How do you see the game playing out at the moment there, Amar?
Pues de momento se le ve mucha energía a los dos equipos, bastante bien de físico. En este momento, pues hasta ahora solo han pasado 4 minutos y medio. Todavía las fuerzas están bastante altas en los dos equipos y pues no se nota así ninguna dominancia de ninguno de los dos equipos. En este momento sale Colombia por el centro en superioridad numérica, tienen una jugadora más. Vamos a ver si logran aprovechar este minuto de superioridad. Francia se le ve con muchos números en el fondo, intentando buscar más las paredes, acompañándose mucha gente abajo. Colombia, por el contrario, intentando salir por el centro, les ha funcionado con otros equipos y de momento una llamada del juez canadiense en contra de las colombianas y vamos a ver cómo se desarrolla el juego, Nathan.
As you can see, referee Hugo giving an advantage puck for the French against the Colombians, utilising some very crisp and precise hand signals there. He certainly is not going to confuse anyone with just the crispness. I believe he's just sort of cutting the air with a knife-style hand movement there, Nath, as the French ladies push the attack all the way into the attacking corner. You can see the Colombian ladies really on the back wall, just trying to keep these French attackers out. We had a conversation before just how close this competition is, as Hugo, a crisp indication of goal for number 14 there. So who was that for the French ladies on the team list there, Nath?
Well, there's no number 14 on the French ladies list, so we'll have to try and get a
13 then?
go with something like that. His hand was sideways to us on the screen there.
Paulin, I'm sure I've pronounced that incorrectly, but a really good first goal, opening the score here for the French ladies. 1-0 they go up against Colombia. And funny old thing, the French were one player down, I think, for most of that play. We'll just get rid of that lady now as they do have the full contingent of 6 versus 6. But French trailing the Colombians in the seedings 7-3, but leading the match at the moment. So a very interesting game playing out here, Nath.
Yeah, look, I mean, they've taken that strike and driven back down to that corner, so they've also got some sort of set game plan is to get that puck, get down in their attacking zone and try and lock it up down there. I mean, if you don't let the team come near your goal tray, it's going to be hard for them to score. So I can see a referee playing advantage there, and that's a pretty crisp hand signal there too, Stuart. So although that's quite relaxed, that is good old Hugo again, telling obstruction and giving a number 5 for the French warning on obstruction there. So number 5 for France, warned for obstruction. So you can see the referees, they're all in bright yellow, sponsored by Vertex Sport, which is kind of helpful.
Bueno, de momento se impone el juego francés momentáneamente, les ha funcionado ese juego acompañándose bastante por el muro, metieron el disco prácticamente, como decimos, a las malas en la portería colombiana a pura fuerza. Vamos a ver si las colombianas reaccionan. De momento nadan bastante por el centro intentando hacer las diagonales y buscando el centro, pero de momento las faltas no han dejado que el juego fluya como digamos, que tenga una dinámica muy constante. Entonces, pues ha estado muy interrumpido. Vamos a ver, tienen una falta a favor las colombianas ahora. Vamos a ver si logran capitalizar una de sus jugadas preparadas. Salen en números, la jugadora decide no tirar, buscar el lado, la diagonal. Vamos a ver si ahora pueden buscar el centro. Y bien defendido por la francesa, vuelven al muro y vamos a ver cómo se desarrolla el juego, Nathan.
Yeah, look, I mean, it seems to be in a bit of a stalemate over on the far side, and you know, it's always hard to tell what's going on over there as referees call something up again. So it looks like a bit of a gloving and obstruction against the French again. So that's a few obstructions and a few glovings. As looks like someone's called a timeout, referee's timeout. I reckon they might be discussing something, obviously to do with the game, but the obstructions, there's been quite a few there, so he's wanting to inform another player that there was some more obstruction going on. So the French using a fair bit of obstruction there, which they're going to have to be very careful with, as it's only early stages past the halfway mark in the first half, as the Colombians get another advantage puck and head towards the goal tray.
Yeah, Nathan, they're looking like they're trying to play more like the wall game in numbers, just pushing to the wall, and good numbers, very energetic swims. Colombians look like they're trying to get the puck out of the wall, maybe trying to do like a fake switch and then going back again to the middle. It has worked against Australia and other teams. So far, let's see. France is up 1-0 at the moment, but Colombia is attacking pretty fiercely. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, look, I mean, the Colombians getting another advantage puck, so they want to get one as the French call a timeout. The Colombians are going to get to come back after a minute's breather, right on the 5-2 line, so they'll be 5 metres out from the goals, 2 metres from the side, and get to have an advantage puck in their favour to set up. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we get a screenshot of the top of the screen when they set up at the beginning of this, because I've noticed that the Colombians have been setting up with 3 or 4 players to the left of where the actual free puck is, so that they can try and bring it across the pool quickly and get it right in front of the goal tray, obviously giving you as much goal to flick at. What are your thoughts on that, Amar?
Yeah, I think the French are not really proposing a very open game. They're trying to focus more on the walls for now. Let's see if they try to do something different after this timeout. Hablamos aquí con Nathan, el referee australiano. Él dice que, bueno, estamos hablando que de momento las francesas proponen más un juego de la pared, las colombianas están intentando buscar más diagonales, más buscar espacios que comprometan la estructura francesa y luego buscar diagonales hacia el centro que les permita buscar. Ahora salen las colombianas en falta hacia la portería. Las francesas parece que se les ve bien posicionadas defendiendo. El referee australiano Simon Talbot llama una falta más en contra de las francesas y una oportunidad más para Colombia para aplicar una de las faltas preparadas que hayan trabajado con el profe Felipe Nathan.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like the Colombians have got another advantage puck right in front of that goal, and I think it's going to hurt them if they don't pop this one in. It's going to mean that the French defence is held out yet again, and the Colombians are going to have to regroup and start thinking about how they can get that puck in behind the French as the French move it up the wall and lock it on that midway mark, which they seem to be getting to quite easily without a lot of defence happening there from Colombia. So.
Yeah, one more fall against France. I think it's a matter of being patient and against that type of game when you face very, very strong rivals and when they're used to play the wall and when they have big numbers in the bottom. So I guess it's a matter of patience and know when to take it out of the wall and make the swims, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously Amar probably got a bit of a taste of wanting to see Colombia get something here, but making sure they keep the French at bay, keep moving that puck around, keep keeping it nice and clean. The French, as we've mentioned, have already had quite a few obstructions against them, so they'll have to start cleaning it up, which they seem to have. We haven't had any calls from the referees for a while, so that's kind of good. As I spoke too soon there, Amar. It looks like we've called something up and it's in the favour of the French this time.
Sí, falta ahora entre las colombianas, no logran imponer su juego, las francesas están sabiendo cortar las diagonales hacia adentro, hacia el centro, y de momento las colombianas no logran controlar el centro, a veces les cuesta mucho sacar el disco de las paredes, las francesas están acompañando muy bien. Entonces, veo yo que entre más pasa el tiempo en el muro, es más difícil sacarlo de ahí. Hace falta un poquito más de decisión y a lo mejor un poquito más de fuerza y convicción para sacar ese disco y aplicar la táctica del profesor Felipe de jugar por el centro. ¿Tú cómo lo ves, Stuart?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, Amar. And as you can see, the timeout being called here, and Pipe Diaz, the coach of, I'm pretty sure that is Pipe. Yeah, that's right. Pipe Diaz, the coach of this Colombia Under-23 women's team, just rallying his troops, giving them some good pieces of advice. As you can see, them setting up to defend. Is that an attacking puck for the French or the Colombians?
This one's for the French, mate. Yeah, they've got it set up on the 5 metre line there. They're going to be going at the Colombians. They've got all their players down on the
Looks
bottom.
to me like the Colombians are actually stacking the wall here in defence, which is quite well. I guess it makes sense because the French have tried to drive it straight at the wall, but almost like stacking the wall and then facing on a 45 across the court, which is probably a little bit of a stroke of genius, given that as you can see, the Colombians getting an advantage puck for gloving against the French, but given that maybe Coach Pipe knew that the French are going to drive that wall, so they just put a lot of numbers sort of in that corner, ready to stop that initial drive and then try and sort of create some sort of attacking movement across the court there, Nath.
Yeah, well, I mean, the French haven't really changed their style yet. I mean, they keep coming down the wall and then trying to go along the wall, pulling the puck out. So the Colombians just going, well, if that's what you're going to do, we'll just make sure we shut it down when we have to and try and get a little break here. So Colombia, it looked like we're about to get away with something there, but looks like they've had an infringement called against them. So we'll see how this one pans out here.
Yeah, you can see referee Simon Talbot indicating the Colombians that it is a gloving infringement against them, and it is going to be an advantage puck for the French in deep attack, in deep defence versus the Colombians there. And number 13 for Colombia is going to go spend a minute in the bin for this. What is that young lady's name there, Amar?
Bueno, parece que es la jugadora Camila Ponte de Bogotá, es la única integrante de la selección sub-23 del equipo colombiano, y ahora vemos que el juez Simon Talbot de Australia llama un penalti en contra de Colombia. Se complica un poquito más el panorama. Vamos a ver si la defensa puede parar este penalti y nos da una alegría para que no se agrande tanto el marcador. Vamos a ver cómo se desarrolla y bajan las tres jugadoras, sale tiro y entra el disco, parece que limpio. Vamos a ver si lo dan y es gol para Francia, se agranda el marcador, 2-0 para la selección francesa. Vamos a ver a quién le dan el gol. Parece que vimos que era la número 3, Berenguer Bessier. Estoy seguro que lo dije mal, pero parece que ese es el nombre. Vamos a ver si las colombianas reaccionan después de este impasse. Yo lo que pienso es que deben seguir su plan de juego y lo que saben hacer, con un poquito más de intensidad. Las francesas son o digamos todos los equipos franceses son conocidos por su potencia y su fuerza física y saber jugar muy bien las paredes. De momento les ha funcionado contra Colombia, están jugando muy muy fuerte por los muros. Las colombianas les ha costado sacar el muro y imponer su juego. Vamos a ver si logran antes de que se acabe este tiempo, queda un poquito más de un minuto. Vamos a ver si logramos recortar un poquito ahí el marcador, Stuart.
Yeah, as we see, I think a ref's timeout has been called as they confirm it looks to me like
Yeah, good old Hugo was playing an advantage there, but the camera zoomed in on number 15, which is Kevin from South Africa, and he has much more relaxed hand signals like me, and Hugo was keeping it crisp and clear and had been playing advantage, so I had to come back to his call. Otherwise, the incorrect team would have had the puck right now, so off we go with French streaming down the side. And they seem to be coming this near side almost every time, Stuart. It doesn't seem like they're opening up the middle pool or sticking to the far side. It seems to be this near side's where they want it, as they've caused a bit of gloving there against the French again.
Yeah, you're right. They are driving the near side wall a lot. And even though it is underneath the sub-bench of the opposing team, as you can see the Colombians getting a free puck for gloving against the French right underneath their sub-bench. It doesn't seem to have phased the French ladies too much. They're 2 goals up as the last few seconds of this half counts down. And they certainly have dictated a lot of this game so far. They've been very aggressive, very attacking, using the wall to their advantage. And so far being able to nullify a lot of the attacking movements that the Colombians have been generating. Unfortunately for the French, with half-time called, they're going to have one player in the sin bin. You can see Simon Talbot just kicking out a French player. Number 2 there for France. What's her name there, Nath?
Melina Mopin is her name, and she's been ejected from the pool. Obviously, she can stay in the pool at half-time and have a chat to her teammates. And it's pretty important that, it might have been number 12. No, I'm not sure. We'll have a look when she gets back out. But, she can stay in for the half-time. I had it earlier on today where the player didn't get back out of the pool and decided they could get back in and play with 6. And I had to just call it up and say, hey, make sure you come over here. We had to stall the start of the game after half-time.
Oh, just a cheeky little sneaky, maybe they'll forget about me type action.
Yeah, look, they tried it on. I mean, I got caught up yesterday with a bit of excitement on pool deck and gave someone a little bit of extra time in the sin bin just sitting there. So apologies for that. But, there was no chance I was letting that go 2 days in a row, that's for sure.
So you can see here on the live chat as we see half-time, 2-0, France leading the Colombian under-23 women's game. Just looking at the live chat, Underwater Hockey is saying Des Grenoble Ichi. All right, you have a go. My tech guy is going to have a go at pronouncing this French here. I'm pretty sure he's done more French than me at school or something like that. There we go. Oh, no, one more up. Go up. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Here's some quality French coming out. Ready, set, go.
De Grenoble ici.
Yes, you are correct. My French is absolutely shocking. Thankfully, we've got someone here that can pronounce a little bit more French than me. Natalia Flores Jamarillo, Jaramillo saying Vamos Colombia. Kimberly Hernandez saying Que expulsión pues las francesas ya estaban amonestadas. So I think that means the French ladies were warned. I believe Amar, the expert Colombian, is telling me right next to me. As we scroll down on the live chat, my tech guy just been a little bit slow on the uptake here. And Vamos Niñas get a couple of smiley faces and some good posts coming out there on the live chat. So if you are enjoying the stream and you are enjoying the service we're providing free of charge, please jump onto GoFundMe.com /Hobart 2017 and throw a couple of dollars in, donate to developing the the junior underwater hockey program all around the world. The last 15 seconds of this half ticking over, and a very fierce contest between the French and the Colombians, with the French leading at the moment, Nath.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're up 2-0 and coming up, obviously they're about to start the second half, and it's going to be really hard going for Colombia to actually come back here. So it's I'm not sure what their coach would have said to them at half-time. If it had been me, I would have been saying, we've got the pressure on. We really need to get that puck off the wall so the French can't use their game plan. So far, that's worked quite well for Colombia, but they need to get someone in there and just break that play up a little bit and get that puck off the wall so they can come through the middle of the pool where they want the puck to be. As Colombia's just done that nice and quick and put one in the tray.
A massive definitive attacking drive there with lots of numbers on the bottoms. The Colombian basically coming off the strike, and they met the French ladies in the middle, and then established a nice little drive on the left-hand side in their attacking half and took the puck all the way to the goal there, Amar.
Sí, parece que es gol de, a ver a quién se lo dan, vi número number 3 was that? Number 12. Ok, number 12, Isabel Higuita, número 12, le da otro gol para Colombia. Ya ha venido haciendo, es una de las goleadoras del equipo, ha venido haciendo muchos goles y se acorta la diferencia con Francia. Vamos a ver si ya las niñas calentaron motores para seguir descontando y queda mucho partido. Vamos a ver cómo reaccionan las niñas, se les ve muy energéticas, un golazo por el centro, todas acompañándose muy junticas y impresionante la salida Stuart.
So an amazingly fast, well implemented, flawlessly executed attacking drive there by the Colombian ladies straight off the strike. And really at half time, they were leading 2-0, having really not had any opportunity to establish many attacking drives against the French ladies in the first half. As you can see, Colombia at the moment having to put in a lot of defensive work to keep, the French ladies out of their goal tray. But a really big initial drive there at the very start of the second half, and the Colombians are back in this game. You can see the French ladies, again, just sort of keeping that puck in the attacking corner. They like to have it there as they try and bring it around and find some way of putting pressure on the Colombians. But the Colombians doing a good job of bringing it out here, Nath.
Yeah, look, I mean, the Colombians pulled it off that wall, and it looks like they might sneak away across us to the pool, but the French have shut that one down, unfortunately, this time for the Colombians. Oh, spoke too soon, and here they come. See how the Colombians are switching it across the pool like that, really opening the play. They've got players out here on the side. Didn't see them and didn't get to use them, but it looked like they had plenty of support. So as long as Colombia hold that puck in the middle of the pool, I reckon they would be able to dominate the second half here if they continue to keep it in the middle of the pool like they are right now.
Yeah, the Colombian ladies driving it all the way to the goals. The French ladies under a lot of pressure to defend this. The buzzer has gone. It's going to be interesting to see if it goes France or Colombia. It looks like it's going to be a Colombian free puck right on the goal tray. Interesting that the referees didn't sin bin someone there because it was within the 3 metre D. But playing a very well measured referee game right now, just keeping it real and calling the ones that matter. So here's the advantage puck for the Colombians. A nice flick through the centre there. The Colombians sort of surrounding that puck in a net type fashion, trying to drive it through the middle. But unfortunately for them, the French ladies doing a good amount of defense here, Amar.
Sí, las colombianas ya calientan motores, ya se les ve haciendo nataciones un poquito más largas, con más intensidad. Les está costando en esta segunda parte a las francesas mantener el nivel de intensidad y cortar esas diagonales hacia afuera y volviéndose al centro con los giros. Las niñas se les ve muy fuertes y en velocidad. Ahora tenemos otra oportunidad enfrente de la portería francesa. Sale el disco, tenemos una jugadora más con una francesa que salió expulsada, parece que por 1 minuto. Tenemos una buena oportunidad. Vamos a ver qué da el referee aquí y a ver qué nos dicen. Parece que no es gol. Parece que dan falta a favor de Francia en este momento. Se salvan un poquito las francesas ahí en esa jugada, o bien defendida, no sabemos, no se alcanzó a ver. Sale Francia, obviamente sale buscando el muro más cercano para seguir montando esos camiones, como llamamos en Colombia, para empujar el disco por la pared y ganar un poco de terreno, Nathan.
Oh, look, they've locked it up on that side wall. It looks like the French number 1 player is about to get back in the pool there. So they're about to get back to their full strength as referees called it up. So that player's going to have to sit there now and wait till play's restarted. For those people at home that don't know, you cannot actually get in the pool while the game is not in play. So they'll have to wait for the puck to get touched, and we will see that the referee's hand signals will show that the puck has been touched by the hand in the air coming down very quickly. And you'll probably see that player into the pool as soon as that happens. So French about to get back to the full numbers. Obviously coming in nice and carefully so that they don't infringe anybody as they come in. As Colombia is sort of holding the middle there. And just maybe, oh no, going to another infringement here. So fair few infringements, obstructions going on this one. And number 12's being ejected from the pool. Good crisp, clean hand signals there from our good mate Hugo. So number 12 ejected from the pool for obstruction there, Stuart.
Yeah, that's right. I believe that's the vice captain for Colombia. Just waiting on seeing her name, Isabella Higuita. My apologies. Going to spend a minute in the bin for obstruction. a real nail-biting game here. Second half, 9 minutes and a bit to go. And the French leading the Colombians 2-1 as there's a nice drive over to the near side wall here. The French trying to press an advantage. They are actually off the wall at the moment and back into the centre of the court. The Colombians desperately trying to defend this French drive as it goes all the way through the centre channel and into the goals. So by the looks of it, that's confirmed. That's the third goal for France. That's, I'm just trying to see the number, maybe number 7, I believe. Number 7 for France has scored the third goal. So, Perrine Monnier. How was that, mate? Okay, much better than before. Thank you very much. Number 7, Perrine Monnier, scoring that goal for France. 3 goals now they lead the Colombians with 8.5 minutes to go there, Nath.
Yeah, look, I mean, the French are up 3-0, and just to give you people at home a little bit of insight here, Australia lost earlier on in this division to the team that they were playing against, and that actually opens a spot up for France to come up into 4th spot if they win here right now. So that's why the French are playing so hard, because that's going to bring them up into 4th spot if they win this game. And then it'll be most likely New Zealand 1, South Africa 2, Colombia 3, and France 4. So that's a bit of insight there for everybody.
Bueno, reacciona Francia, pillan a Colombia con una jugadora menos que estaba expulsada y abren más el marcador 3-1. Todavía queda mucho partido, casi que 8 minutos. En 8 minutos puede pasar cualquier cosa, pero de momento las francesas se les ve bastante sólidas, siguen atacando con mucha fuerza y en este momento se meten en la esquina colombiana. Afortunadamente para Colombia dan una falta, la regla de la esquina, no puede más de una vez una jugadora ir a empujar el disco a la esquina. Y sale Colombia, vamos a ver si logra dominar otra vez, porque los últimos minutos antes del gol venía dominando el juego, estaba muy cerca del empate y en una superioridad numérica Francia mete toda la carne en el asador, como decimos, y consigue abrir más el marcador 3-1. Vamos a ver si Colombia logra volver a imponer su juego. Lo que tienen que hacer es con más decisión sacar el disco de esa pared y lo hace efectivamente la lateral, busca la central, excelente técnica de la jugadora, se va de una y ahora sale en sprint en diagonal buscando en la esquina. Ahora vamos a ver si logra buscar el centro para buscar portería, bien defendido por la delantera francesa y se relevan todas las francesas. Van a entrar ahora muchas francesas frescas a intentar defender ese disco y las colombianas siguen buscando sacar el disco de la pared, pero se les ve bastante fuertes las francesas en ese muro, Nathan.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have an obstruction against the French there, or just a bit of gloving there actually. I was looking on the camera going, I wonder if we've seen that one, but it looks like France is going to call a timeout and have a bit of a chat, compose themselves a little bit. Just looking at all the flicking that's going on around there, it looks like everyone's using some nice sticks. Just remind everybody that there's plenty of people down here selling sticks at the moment, and 6AA, one of our sponsors, selling some really good equipment there. I actually went and had the pleasure of being able to test out some equipment while I was here. Very handy for me because I don't get around that many world tournaments these days, but testing out a new bat, and it looks like I might come and purchase a set later on. I already bought a glove because I got told my other one's just mouldy and smelly, and we all know what underwater hockey players are like when it comes with mouldy and smelly equipment, that's for sure.
What kind of stick was that you tested?
Cripes, I have to...
Was that a Python?
Was it a Python? Yeah, it was a Python based on something from the Western Australian group, and I think Stu Parker might have had a bit of input there. And I even got in early before the South Africa game and was flicking with the Turkish boys there for a little minute just to get myself a bit of practice.
Yeah, very nice. That is a very nice stick and very nicely crafted by the 6 Alagua team. So please get around those underwater hockey supplies if you can, or if you're in the need for a glove or a stick or any kind of underwater hockey accessory. They sell good bags and a lot of other stuff. You can visit their Facebook page or online here as you see this game continue. And obviously we would like to express our appreciation to 6 Alagua for all the sponsorship they've given us this tournament, the 4th CMAS Age Group World Championships. You can see the Colombian ladies getting driven all the way back into the defensive near side corner here, just underneath those sub-bench. Again, the French ladies applying a lot of attacking pressure. They just seem to be able to consistently consistently do this as this fierce competition continues. The puck is on the back wall, and the Colombians really being stretched here in defense, Omar.
Sí, vamos a ver, las francesas se nos vienen muy fuerte por el muro, no les interesa ni siquiera cortar en diagonales hacia el centro, buscan el muro, buscan esquina y desde ahí salen por la pared de atrás buscando portería, les encanta la pared, no les importa jugar en la esquina, la verdad están muy acostumbrados los equipos franceses a jugar la esquina y desde ahí buscar la pared de atrás para buscar portería. No se les ve con mucha intención de abrir el juego. Vamos a ver si Colombia logra imponer de nuevo su juego, sacarla del muro y buscar las diagonales para que no se atasque tanto el juego y a ver si se cierra un poquito más el marcador. De momento 4 minutos y medio, todavía hay mucho tiempo para ganar este partido, pero creo que es importante empezar ya a dominarlo y empezar ya a imponerse en el estilo de juego y imponer nuestro estilo, ¿no? ¿Tú cómo lo ves, Nathan?
Look, yeah, wasn't actually seeing what's going on here. Looks like Colombia's got an advantage puck in their favour. With 4 minutes to go, they're going to have to put 3 pucks in that ditch to try and get ahead in this game. Maybe they can get 2 in that amount of time. I think 3 might be a bit of a stretch. So we'll see what goes on here. But, I mean, these ladies must be super fit, especially the style the French are using, which is numbers on the bottom, sticking to the wall game, and staying as fit as they possibly can. What do you think about that, Stuart?
Yeah, look, mate, you're correct. All these ladies in this pool have done a lot of training in the 6 to 8 months leading up to this competition as a minimum, I would guess. You can see there the referee's pulling up another infringement. This one's going against Colombia for the French ladies on the near side of the pool, right in front of, or right on the halfway line, I should say. Again, not surprisingly, the French ladies drill that puck straight down the wall. So, you know, sticking to their game plan, but it's definitely been working for them. They've got a 2-goal advantage, and you can see there how low on the bottom the referee has to get to see all the lines he's got to cover. You can see the referee, Hugo, I believe, on the other side of the pool there, playing advantage as the Colombians try and go for a swim under a lot of pressure with a lot of French ladies around the puck. A lazy little up and down there by Hugo. Uncharacteristics of the guy that generally sort of waves his hand around like a knife. Very fast normally, but this time getting a little bit lazy. Maybe he needs a bit of lunch, maybe a couple little jubes or some sugar to fasten up his hand signals, as this one's going to go against the Colombians again. And for the French, even though the French are actually getting a lady put into the sin bin. So number 2 there for the French, just doing a little penguin walk back to that first seat there. And I think she's going to have a minute in the sin bin there, Amma.
Sí, tenemos otra minoría numérica. Vamos a ver si logramos aguantar. Quedan 2 minutos 40 ya. Se hace un poquito más complicado, pero no imposible recortar este marcador. Creo que es importante que logremos salir de esa pared, buscar la natación, que en este momento no nos están dejando a la selección Colombia llevar el plan a cabo. Tenemos una jugadora francesa expulsada, así que estamos 5 contra 5 de nuevo. Creo que aquí hay una buena oportunidad para... tenemos tal vez 5 contra 4 jugadoras. Tenemos aquí una excelente oportunidad de abrir el juego y recortar el marcador. Creo que es muy importante que en esta superioridad numérica hagamos un gol para que se pueda dar el empate con suerte y con buena estrategia y ganas. Yo creo que este partido se puede empatar, pero creo que las chicas ya tienen que, en este momento, creo que hay un timeout y aquí tienen que preparar alguna jugada, tienen que preparar algo para que se pueda dar ese gol y se pueda dar ese empate, Nathan.
Yeah, well, I mean, the French have got 2 out of the pool now, and 2 minutes 15 or 16 remaining on the clock, as Colombia will be thinking we really need to dig in, get a goal here as quick as we can, and then hopefully get an equaliser coming up towards the end of the game. You know, obviously the referees, like I said earlier, have been calling a lot of gloving and probably ejected the player from the pool for a deliberate gloving on the wall, which is not uncommon. We must try and play, obviously, as fair as we possibly can. So Colombia coming out with an advantage puck and trying to stretch the 4 French ladies as far as they can. So France quite happy to concede some ground and head for their wall again, Stuart.
Yeah, they do love that wall. As you can see, the Colombian ladies really trying to generate some kind of attacking advantage here. The French ladies are well aware that there's less than 2 minutes to go in this game, and they'd be very keen to keep the Colombians at bay. And I tell you what, it looks like what they're doing is working at the moment. The Colombians desperately trying to get in underneath those French players and establish some kind of positive bottom position there. As the buzzer goes again, not surprisingly, there's a fair bit of argy-bargy going on there. And unfortunately for Colombia, it's against them for obstruction. So the French ladies having an advantage puck. There is only 1 minute and 41 seconds to go in this game. Thank you for your feedback, Rob. Stick or bat, I would call it a stick now, as I established before, talking to Ben. You just can't argue with Ben's logic, so I'm going to call them sticks from now on. As we get back to the game, the French take the advantage puck, and again they drive hard down that left-hand wall, Omar.
Bueno, sí, tenemos 1 minuto y medio, pero necesitamos marcar un gol ahora. Las oportunidades de empatar se acortan. Las francesas atacan la portería colombiana con mucha fuerza, más que la portería, digamos que la esquina. No sé si les interese mucho intentar ni siquiera hacer el gol en este momento. Creo que el plan ahora va a ser meterla en esa esquina y de ahí no salir, quemar este último minuto que tenemos. Y bueno, se les ve bastante ordenada, rotando. Vamos a ver si el juez llama a la ley de la esquina, porque pues lleva ahí mucho tiempo. Las colombianas desesperadas intentando abrir el juego, pero las francesas siguen con el mismo plan, Nathan.
Yeah, look, I mean, their plans worked this time round for this match as they drive hard at that goal tray yet again. And Colombia, I mean, to their credit, they have defended that goal tray extremely hard for almost 30 minutes as they get a break straight down the middle there, but maybe a little bit not enough too late. So we'll see how we go. Here is the Colombians swim almost the 3/4 of the pool there to get a good break on the French and maybe pop one in just towards the end of the match.
Yeah, that's right. We count down 15 seconds to go. A very good swim there by the Colombians as they recycle the puck into the centre channel with the referees playing advantage. It is going to be, I think, a goal for Colombia. We'll just confirm that. Yes, that's correct. It is goal number 2 for Colombia. It's number 11, I believe, that scored that. I'm just going to get the name of that Colombian lady off the list if you got it there, Nath. But it's a little bit too little too late. Manuela Kajay putting in that number 2 goal for Colombia. But unfortunately for them, the game has been called, so they go down 3-2 against a French team that really executed a very tight plan today. Like, they basically obviously had a wall game plan, and they executed that definitively. I mean, that French team has been on the verge of greatness this whole competition, and just being pipped at the post a couple of times against a couple of teams that have managed to just beat them by 1 or 2 goals. So well done to the French ladies for coming up with a win today. Commiserations to Colombia. I know the girls won't be happy with that as they try to progress towards the finals in as best position as they can. We're going to go poolside to try and talk to a couple of these ladies now. So Nath Whelan is going to cruise out there to chat to a couple of these fine lass athletes. And thank you very much for listening again. If you've liked the broadcast, if you've liked the stream, please donate a couple of dollars through GoFundMe.com/Hobart 2017. That's it for me, poolside, for this game. I'll see you guys around the pool deck soon. Cheers.
Oh, I've just been asked to wait a minute, so here I am with a couple of the. Tried to take my microphone with her. Okay, here we go. We'll start again. So here I am with a couple of French ladies. So turn around, look up at the camera there, and obviously very happy with that game. How do you feel you went today?
Yeah, we are very happy because it was a very difficult match, very intense. So we gave all the team has. So we are very proud of us, and we say thank you for all the team that is with us.
Yeah, okay. And was going up the wall and coming across to the goal tray a bit of your plan from the start of today? Just look that way when you're talking.
Can you repeat the?
Okay, I'll go a bit slower. I've got to get used to this. So today you were swimming quite a lot, driving all the way up to your wall and then bringing the puck across. Was that part of your plan from the start there today?
Because the Colombians are very strong in the middle of and we are not so strong, so we wanted to go on the wall and then at the end push and at the end go on the goal.
Okay, that's great, lady. So obviously you come up there. Are you in third or fourth spot now? Have you looked at the ladder and see where you're going to end up?
5, I think we are 5.
Yes, 5. We are 5 around the
Yeah, okay, because you should be 4 now. I was looking at the stats there, so I looked at it earlier and I was like, well, if you guys win this match because Australia lost earlier, you get into 4th spot. So for the viewers at home, you're doing well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.